Hello everyone, welcome back to 70s and 80s Talk. It has been a while since I have done a proper album review. The last video was just an Iron Maiden stamp review. So I was planning on doing pick a mix of certain artists, one of them being Madonna, which I started doing. I started pick and mixing songs to review what the songs I like from Madonna. Then I thought actually what I'm doing is I'm basically reviewing one of her albums, a greatest hit album that she released. So I thought actually I will just review this greatest hits album, and there is one other song which isn't on the album, but I'll just talk about that at the end. So the album I'm talking about is Celebration, and I've got it here. Now this album, it's a greatest hits album. It's got, I mean, with Madonna, she's gone through so many genres throughout the decades, and this is a really good roundup of those genres, definitely, and shows her ability for sure. I really got into Madonna at uni actually, and I literally just went to HMV as I often did, and I came across this, and so I bought it, and I used to listen to it all the time on my iPod. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for the review to open up. Shouldn't take that long. So this was released in, was it 2000? The year 2000? I don't know. Oh no, it's 2009. 2009 it was released. I'm thinking of one of the songs. Yeah, 2009 this album was released. So that's like 13 years ago. But obviously the songs on here are a lot older than that. I will talk about what years each song was released in as well. Obviously I'd say Madonna's sound has gone more towards, it's always been predominantly pop, but at times it's gone a bit more, I don't know, almost darker than that, I guess, in a way. And I mean, I did review Like a Prayer, the album, but some of the songs on there just went a bit, I like listening to Madonna because she's fun and quite poppy, but a lot of the songs on that album were quite dark. Wasn't for me, to be honest, so that's why I didn't end up reviewing that album and decided to do a pick and mix, and then end up deciding to review this album. But she what was I even saying? I can't even remember now. But like I said, she's definitely done so many genres throughout the decades. But yeah, she has gone more towards, I'd say, early 2000s. It was more like, I don't know, what can you classify it as? Kind of more like club music or like hip hop sort of thing. I mean, she's still releasing songs now, to be honest. I haven't really listened to any of the totally up to date stuff. Maybe I've heard bits and bobs, but this is the good stuff I want to listen to, really. So yeah, I've got the review here, so I'm going to stop rambling now and go into the review. So like I said, this was released in 2009, September the 18th to be precise. It reached number 1 in the UK, and it is 2 times platinum in the UK as well. And that's a greatest hits album. So the first song on here is Hung Up, which was released in 2005. This song was always on the music channels when I was a kid. Growing up, music channels were a really big thing. YouTube wasn't a thing then. So this is what we had, and what a song. You've got that ticking sound, which is appropriate for the song because it's talking about time. Then we go into this disco, almost ABBA vibes, but more modern, with a modern twist on there. I feel like Madonna has changed her sound to meet with the times if we're talking back in 2005, and she's done that throughout, definitely, and it's worked. She's pulled it off. So many artists and bands have tried to keep up with the modern times, and it hasn't gone so well. I mean, Def Leppard's latest album, Diamond Star Halos, I wasn't that greatly impressed by that. I feel like if they'd more kept that 80s sound, would have been great. Yeah, change it up a bit. We don't want to hear Hysteria over and over again, but it's a hard thing to get right. Definitely a hard thing to get right. So basically I'm just reading off my Word document here. So if I'm looking away at the screen, that's what I'm doing, just if any new viewers are watching. So I would say with this song though, it is slightly repetitive, which I often do say, but it is a little bit repetitive. I feel like a lot of aspects are just looped over again, but I think it is a good song nevertheless. We do get that slowed down version part in the song, which then volumes up again, but again, it's not really adding that much difference in the song. It's an easy song to sing along to, which is probably why it's a fan favourite. With that actually that loop that keeps repeating as well, that makes it even more easier to sing along to as well. But it's not just the music itself, I'd say even the lyrics as well is kind of quite repetitive. So the next song on the album is Music, which was the one that I was getting confused because last night was the last one I put the date on, the year 2000. The start of it is just, I don't even know what to say about it. I feel like, I'll be honest, don't really like this song. There's that beat, it gives me a bit of a headache. And I actually had a headache when I was listening to this, so you've got these weird sort of like techno sounds in there, which for me I don't really like, but that's for me personally. Somebody that likes those sort of sounds, that sort of music, that'd be great for them. I feel like though, as a song as overall, there's not really much to it, especially lyrically as well. I feel it just lacks, that song. So number 3 is Vogue, 1990. I thought it was older than that actually. So you got that clapping sound to start with, then we get this synthetic sound with the beat. I don't have any issues with the song. I think it's a good song. It's not my favourite, but I think it's a good song. Again, it's a big song. I mean, in a way, this is one of those songs that sort of has a franchise attached to it. Like Vogue it's when anybody says that, or if there's a product that comes out it's called Vogue, it always links back to Madonna. It does. I felt again with this song a bit more of a change throughout the song would have made it better. We do have a bit of a change at the end though, vocally wise. There's more of a sort of a rap in there. So next one is 4 Minutes, which was released in 2008. I love this song. I would always play this song walking back from uni with my friends. I would always play songs. I always put this one on, so it always reminds me of that. It's very different to the 80s and 80s stuff that she released. It's very different to the 80s and 70s stuff that I like and listen to. But I do like stuff outside of kind of rock and roll. That is my favourite, but I do like pop music as well. So in this song you've got Timberlake and Timbaland, great lineup with Madonna. I think the voices work really well together. Madonna's casual way of singing in this is perfect though for just the song as a whole, I think. Great video as well. I mean, Justin Timberlake and Madonna are great dancers as well as singers. So next song is Holiday, which was released in 1983. So one point I do want to make here is, I know I am 70s and 80s talk, but I do go outside of that window when I'm reviewing artists from that era. So you got to start with a beat, and there's a tambourine, I think. Again, that kind of, I literally don't even know what it's like, synthesizer, synthetic. There's a word for that. I'm not a musical dictionary or whatever you want to call it, so I'm just I'm just reviewing these songs. So then there's that it's like a very groovy, funky 70s sound in there as well every now and again. And Madonna's voice in this goes deep and then it goes high. Good balance for this song, I think. So next one is Like a Virgin, a massive Madonna song, 1984. It's got a good beat to it. I would say there's definitely groove in this song as well. I do use that word. Madonna sings differently in this one in comparison to the other one. Because I mentioned Holiday, that's quite a groovy song as well, but there's more of a twang in Like a Virgin, I'd say. It's very American though. I'd say that, definitely. Which obviously, Madonna is American, so you'd expect that. So next song is Into the Groove, 1985. Brilliant year for music. I really like the talking at the beginning in this song. This song is quite quick, it's loud, it's poppy. It's a great fun song to listen to. I assume a lot of dance routines have been made to this song. I think there's keys in this as well, but more of a kind of, I don't think it's just normal keys. I think something's been done to them. There's great rhyming and flow with the lyrics. You can't not sing to it. The next one is Like a Prayer, 1989. Again, a big hit from Madonna. One of my favourites of hers, a well-produced song. The backing vocals work so well in this song to create this haunting backdrop, which is exactly what I think they were trying to do with this song. There is a sound in this. I think it's like chimes or something. Again, I think with this song, I think it's probably one of her best produced songs because there's just so much thought that's gone into it, I think. I know there was some controversy towards the music video as well. I mean, it wasn't like totally banned or anything. Like Thin Lizzy's Killer on the Loose, which I think was banned, I think. So got a good flow to the song. It's easy to sing along to. You want to sing along to it. Then you get this different part in the song where it's sped up a bit more. It's the same lyrics though, but it's a different way. She sings it in a different way, so it's not repetitive really, because it's the same lyrics but she's singing it in a different way, so it's a different sound. And pace as well, it's different in pace. You've got a part where the backing vocals are heightened, more involved, which is good, and they've done it right, because I sometimes think backing vocals can either go one way or the other, but it's spot on in this song. Vocally, Madonna is brilliant. You've got varying tempos in there where she elevates her voice. It's a great song. The next one is Ray of Light, 1988. I really like this song actually. We're moving more towards the 90s, and I think you can tell it's starting to get more like a club sound of a song. It's a summery song, I'd say. It's quite a summery song. You got that kind of, again, techno sounding in there, linking back to the 80s sound though still, because we still are in 1988 here, which I quite like actually. That kind of, it's like you can tell it's shifting towards the 90s but we're still in the 80s, and I like that. I really like the build to the chorus in this one in particular, and Madonna's rising in vocals, pitch wise to be particular. There's lots of sounds in this one. It's cleverly done in parts actually, where it almost gets a bit hectic but it doesn't, and then it drops into another set of sounds. Again, I feel like more time's gone into this song production wise than some of the others, and you can tell. But you don't realise until you actually like sit down and review it like I do, that you actually realise these little bits, which is quite cool, and that's why I like reviewing stuff. You do have a bit of a slower part in that song as well, bit of comparison. So the next one, oh god, how do I pronounce that? This. I can hear her singing it, but like, probably the fans will know what I'm on about here. La Isla Bonita, 1986. So throughout Madonna's time, she's gone through a lot of genres, I've said that, sounds, and this song is no exception, with that Spanish accent in her vocals at times, but it's still Madonna. I feel like, again, this is a holiday song. It doesn't vary much in tempo or elevation though, I would say. And that's all I've wrote for that one. So the next one is Frozen, 1998. It's rather dark, this one. I feel like it's almost like a doomsday start to it, but it's intriguing. You want to hear what's coming next, I think. It draws you in, and then you got Madonna's gentle voice come in. The drums, a lot has gone into this song in comparison to the others at first, this first bit of the song, I'd say. I've heard this multiple times, just like the rest of these songs. When she sings that again, very haunting, very appropriate for the song. The reason why I've just said that I feel like it's cleverly done in the first bit is because it just stays like that. it doesn't go up, it doesn't go further down. I feel like it could have had something like a power ballad. This could have been a power ballad song, I think, but it never happened. And it just I'll just lose interest halfway through because it's just very depressing, to be quite honest. There needs to be more oomph in it at some point. There has to be a rise, something that builds and goes off. Would have made this song fantastic. I actually think it would have done, but instead we get that just. So the next song is Material Girl, 1984. There's a sound in this. It's like a wave. It's very interesting. It's very 80s. It's quite fast. Like Into the Groove. I love the chorus. I love the way Madonna sings World. Material Girl, that bit in particular. She does sound a little bit like Cyndi Lauper in this. There's a bit of a comparison. I actually had a look the other night if actually Cyndi Lauper and Madonna were ever like friends or anything, and I don't think they were. I think they just kind of were around at the same time, two massive female artists at the time. But Material Girl, yeah, really like this one. You know that chorus is coming, and you've got that robotic guy vocals at the end as well. The next one is Papa Don't Preach, 1986. Violins to start, which adds that kind of erratic start to it. Not glacial, if we've got any geomorphologists out there or glaciologists out there watching this. Then we go into, again, this groovy mix of sounds, which are my favourite sound in Madonna songs, actually. Madonna is singing deep in this one, which she does so well, I think. When she sings more in a deeper tone, really good. Another song where you just want to sing along to that title line, which is Papa Don't Preach in this one. So the next one is Lucky Star, 1983. That twinkling arcade start is fab. I feel like this song could be in Stranger Things. Love this song. Fun, Madonna, poppy, great. Very 80s. You can bop your head along to this one. You can sing along. It's good. You got that jazzy bit of guitar in there, which is great because we don't really see much kind of guitar in these, but they are pop songs. So next one is Express Yourself, which was 1989. Definitely 80s sound, even though we are approaching the 90s here. It's alright. It doesn't really do that much for me. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Open Your Heart, 1986. Nice beat of this one. Love that Watch Out. She just sings. It's like almost like that in 2 words is like, I don't know. It's like that's just youth in the way she sings them. I don't know. It's like just captured her in that time at that age. Brilliant. Madonna's tone is great in this one. Again, more of a deeper tone, which I think she does brilliantly. And there's more of a build in this one actually as well. So the next one is Dress You Up, 1985. I'm a big fan of this song. I listened to this so much uni. This was probably the one that I always listened to. The beginning reminds me of a Billy Idol song. Not one in particular, it just sounds like a Billy Idol song. I like the twinkling sounds in this one. I think the voice is spot on in this, in all honesty. Again, you know that chorus is coming in this one. The way she sings each line differently shows the talent for sure. But each verse mirrors the last, but it's still different. So it's not repetitive, which again said in another song, which allows a good flow with good rhyming. But it's not repetitive. Got to repeat that. You got an electric guitar piece in this. Brilliant, because I love electric guitar. I'll take that any day in a pop song for sure. Amazing contrast there. Again, you got those jazzy, groovy vibes in this song. I guess I've I must have wrote that before I decided I was actually going to review the whole album. Yeah, because I feel like when I was doing the pick and mix, the ones I was picking were kind of the more poppy ones, more fun Madonna songs. They're the ones I prefer. And then obviously I ended up just reviewing this whole album because I thought I might as well. So the next one is Celebration, which is what this album's called. This was released in 2009. It's not really my sort of thing, to be honest. But I guess, I mean, I don't go clubbing, but I guess if you're in a club and this song comes on, you go dance to it. It's appropriate for that setting. but it's alright, you know, it's not bad or anything like that. No. So that's that album. And you know, with this album being called Celebration, it's very appropriate because I feel like Madonna's career should be celebrated because she has just kept going. She hasn't disappeared. She's still here, and doing what she does because she's iconic. She really is. She's covered a lot of genres, looks, sound. She's done it all. She's been there, she's done it, and she's still doing it now. She's very well known. She has worked so hard from a young age to now. She's got millions of fans, and it's all totally well deserved. So well done, Madonna, because there's no one like her, honestly. So that other song I was going to review, which is not on here, is Sorry. I don't know why it's not on here, to be honest. Which was released in 2005. Another club disco one, because we're in the early 2000s here. I like this one a lot. It's quite like Hung Up, with it being a bit in a loop sort of thing. Not as much though, I'd say. It's a bit better in that aspect. But I still like the song. A lot of effects put on Madonna's voice though, which I don't think is necessary because she's a brilliant singer. But it's a bit different. I feel like in these club disco songs, this is what happens. So yeah. Funny enough, actually, when I was in the car, just Borderline was on as well. That's another Madonna song, which I didn't even think about reviewing, which is, yeah, good song. So yeah, that's Celebration. So what's next coming up? I actually don't know, to be quite honest. Again, I've been talking about reviewing Bryan Adams, so yeah, that's going to be a pick and mix, definitely. Generation X, that's going to be a short review. There's only going to be about 3 or 4 songs I'm going to review of theirs. Again, that'll be a pick and mix. And one I will want to be doing is Def Leppard's When My Computer Decides to... it's Pyromania, which was released 40 years ago, the other week there. So I'm going to be wanting to review that because I have actually recently got the album, so I can show you it on the video. And I've been listening to Fleetwood Mac recently as well, so I definitely want to be doing some of their stuff. Whether or not it'll be an album or a pick and mix, not quite sure yet. So that's that. So thank you for watching, everyone. Take care now. Who knows when I will literally get time to do the next review, but this one took ages because there was quite a few songs. So bye, everyone.